Important personalities or leaders. In the revolt, Chhatrapati Pratap Singh of Satara and his officer Rango Bapuji, Chima Sahib of Kolhapur, Bala Sahib Bhave of Narkand, Bhagoji Nayak of Ahmednagar were in the lead, as in they took a leadership position. Royal Queens of Peth, Surgana from Nasik district also participated. In 1857, under the leadership of Qajar Singh, the Bhils revolted. Shankar Shah led the revolt in Satpura region. 400 female Bhils participated in the revolt at Khandesh. In the freedom struggle of 1857, the descendant of Mughals, Bahadur Shah, was incapable of fighting against the British. So we see that leaders like Nana Sahib Peshwa, Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, Tatya Tope took up the charge of freedom struggle of 1857. Maulvi Ahmad Allah, Kunwar Singh, Mughal commander Bakht Khan, Begum Hasrat Mahal led the revolt in various regions. The nature of revolt in Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi, West Bihar was more strong compared to other areas. Crushing of the struggle. Indians from every walk of life, like the soldiers, zamindars, kings, commanders, and the common people, all fought against the British. But still we see that the struggle failed. Initially, the sepoys succeeded, but military strength and administration of British rule was vast. And we see that within 6 months, they were able to regain all the lost territories. Rani Lakshmibai, Kunwar Singh, Ahmedullah, they all laid their lives or they lost their lives. Bahadur Shah was imprisoned at Rangoon. Begum Hasrat Mahal was forced to take shelter in Nepal. Tatya Tope continued the fight for the next 10 months. But he was betrayed and he was caught and hanged to death by the British. By the end of 1858, the struggle of 1857 was successfully crushed by the British. The struggle began as a soldiers' movement. But the peasants, artisans, common people, tribes, they all came together to fight against the British. This rebellion also witnessed the unity between the Hindus and Muslims. The people were inspired to overthrow British, and therefore this freedom struggle gained a national form. Causes for the failure. The first one, not comprehensive. The struggle did not take place at the same time all over India. Its intensity was more severe in North India, but Rajputana, Punjab, some parts of Bengal and northwest India remained aloof. Lack of central leadership. There was no commonly accepted leader to fight against the British. So every region, every territory had its own leader. Most of the feudatory princes remained aloof, in spite of them also suffering under the British. They remained faithful to the British. Lack of military tactics. Indian soldiers were brave, but they did not have good strategy. They did not have experienced army generals. Wars are fought not only on bravery but also military strategies, which was lacking on the Indian side. The sepoys captured Delhi, but they were not able to retain it. The Indian rebels had limited arms supply. The British had economic strength, they had disciplined army, they had enough stock of latest arms. Transport and communication was also firmly under the control of the British. This made their movements more quick. International situation was favorable for Britishers. The Crimean War with the Russians was over. The British won the war, and now they were able to divert all their forces and resources and concentrate on crushing the struggle of 1857. They had trade relations with different countries in the world. The naval strength of British was vast, whereas the Indian rebels were isolated. On your screens, children, you will see a map. It shows Indian states during the revolt of 1857. The darkest blue ones are the states in rebellion. If you see, they are given numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little lighter blue shade are the states which were loyal to the British, which means the rulers were loyal, but the army was in rebellion. The lightest blue ones are the states which were aiding the British or helping the British. The ones that are marked in brown are the areas which were affected by rebellion. The ones marked in green are the neutral states, which means they neither helped the British nor the rebels. Now, what were the consequences of this revolt of 1857? End of company rule. The British Parliament took over the responsibility of ruling over the people of India through the Government of India Act 1858. The Governor General was now designated as the Viceroy of India, and Lord Canning, who was the Governor General at that time, was made the first Viceroy. Secretary of State, a new post was created to look after the affairs of India. Queen's Proclamation. Queen Victoria of England issued a declaration addressing the people of India, where she said that all Indians are her progeny. Progeny means children. Henceforth, the government services would be on merit and there would be no discrimination on basis of race, religion, caste or birthplace. Assurance was also given that there will be no interference in religious affairs. All treaties and agreements made with rulers of princely states by the company would be honored by the British Crown, and princely states will not be annexed henceforth. Change in composition of army. The number of British soldiers were increased. English officers were placed at strategic locations. Artillery was only given to British soldiers. The military was divided on basis of caste. Change in policy. The British now agreed to non-interference in social and religious aspects of Indians. They encouraged constant conflicts on grounds of caste, religion, race, territory, etc. They concentrated on the divide and rule policy. They divided Indians on the basis of religion, race, etc. Even though the struggle of 1857 failed, it became an inspiration to the Indian freedom movement. Children, with this we complete explanation for this lesson. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and take care.